Right, it's Monday, it's midday. I'm here with Wanderers manager Mark White for a quick catch up. How you doing, Mark?
Yeah, very good, thanks.
Good stuff. Well, thanks for giving me your time today. Obviously, wanted to catch up with you on a couple of matters. We'll talk about Torquay shortly. Obviously, they're coming to Meadowbank tomorrow night.
Yeah,
But first of all, let's just recap on Saturday's game at Bromley. Lost the game 2-0. Can I just get your thoughts?
yeah. My thoughts are we come up against a really good Bromley side that showed us lots of respect and had planned meticulously for the game. It wouldn't be our best performance. Their formation caught us out a little bit, to be honest, and we took a long time to get going. I thought we created, actually, looking back at the match, we created a lot of chances in the first half, and the game was. It didn't feel like it at the time, to be honest. But when you watch it back, it was quite an even affair, really, until their goal, which we'd consider a bit disappointing. Slight disorganisation, if I'm honest, from a short corner routine. And then it felt like you get that obligatory thing when, Bromley are a team in the playoffs. They won the FA Trophy at Wembley last year. They're a real big setup, Bromley. And, you're 1-0 down away from home. Not for the first time on the stroke of half time. We had that at Aldershot. And yeah, it felt like the boys, it was an uphill challenge from that point. What I'd say is we had Ed, and obviously we had a bit of turmoil. We had George Franklin was in hospital during the night with his daughter. She's thankfully completely fine, but George was really struggling, and Ed Harris en route ended up having a baby, and so there's a bit of and on top of that we sort of made that decision where we wanted to sort of play Matt Briggs and Jason, and we knew that would almost be two subs in advance we had to use, because we knew that these boys wouldn't be ready for sort of 90 minutes, but we're invested in getting these boys where they want to be. So I feel like that's why we kind of dropped off. But for our sort of lack of goal threats in the second half, I'm not sure we gave them massive amounts of goal opportunities either. But they deserved the win. We didn't do enough on the day, and a real highlight for me was seeing that many of our supporters at Bromley, a good 250. Me and the team really appreciate it, and we know they're right behind us. Tony Craig's debut, I thought, was excellent. Never easy coming into a new team. So with kind of where we are at the moment, we are obviously looking to choose to blend in a lot of new players. We are still in transition. 16 games. There's a lot of wins in there. That's the bottom line. There's a lot of wins in there, and it's important to focus on the fact that there are a lot of winnable games. And we are still obviously blending our boys together. That's where we are. We would like to get. There are a few missing that annoyingly at the wrong time. Joe Cook, Barry Fuller, and Nicky Wheeler jump off the page. I think all three of those boys would be missed at the moment. But equally, there's a lot of bodies in the building as well. So so we're in this period where we are rebuilding, and that's where we are.
Okay, and the games come thick and fast. We've got two games coming up this week, starting with Torquay tomorrow night at Meadowbank.
Yeah, obviously all of our focus is on this match. It's a decent sized game in the context of the table. I'm never one to play things up or down, and I don't think it'll be defining, because if either team loses and then wins their next 4 games, or wins 4 out of the next 8 games, they will literally be in a safe position. So it's not going to be defining, but we've not been in that relegation zone all season, and we don't aim to go there now. I think Torquay are on a great run of form, and I'd say I thought we played really well at Torquay. I thought that was one performance this year which really did deserve 3 points. It was very innocuous that Torquay got a point that night, really. We played really well down there. but Torquay have definitely picked up since then, and it's going to be a good game, mate. And listen, we want to give the town big matches, and big matches come in all sorts of guises, don't they? This one is going to be a decent sized game, and I want to make sure we pack everything out. I want us to do I want to get the home fans in early, Chris. You're going to go mad at me for not mentioning this in advance. I meant to, but I want to see if we can do a fan zone free bar for half an hour or so, 6 o'clock-ish. I want home fans to get in early. I want to make sure the noise down there tomorrow night has a real home advantage. I want the whole town to come to come and support the boys and pack it out. It's so, when you have an early start to the season, you go and beat Notts County, smash Dagenham, beat Barnet away from home, all these great results. And it could lure you into false sense of security. We are a bloody small fish. We are a bloody small fish in this league. One of our only 2 part-time teams. And, right now we need the 12th man. We need the supporters down there behind the team. Like I said, tomorrow won't be defining. But equally, we want to bring a good night to the town. We want to bring a positive moment for the club, and to set us on the, upward trajectory that we're waiting on. So I want the fans to get behind it. I'm sure you'll email out or tweet out or whatever socials afterwards to confirm what we can do on the bar. But I want to get it packed out down there tomorrow. Torquay are travel in fair numbers, because there's a game with that's close. In terms of the match itself, as always, mate, we'll be all out to win. We will be all out to win, and at all costs, really. That's what I would say. And that's where we are, mate. That's where we are.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. I'm sure we can sort something out. And obviously, to Mark's point, it'd be great to get. I know that the Red and White Army always get fully behind the team, but tomorrow night, obviously, to pack the place out, make that bank as noisy as possible.
Yeah, and makes a massive difference.
Absolutely. I know you appreciate it, the players appreciate it, everybody does. But I'm sure we can come up with something that will, get the guys down there early. They can really make a night of it, enjoy it. Yeah. And that includes the Torquay fans, obviously.
It's waiting for that next good moment. Yeah. Which is round the corner somewhere. Yeah. And we're all working really hard towards that. So, whether it be tomorrow or Wrexham, whatever it might be. So let's make sure it's one of those, and I know all our fans get it. If you can't support us when we get beat or draw, don't worry about when we're winning. That's the mindset, really. That's how any real club is, and that's how this club is, and that's why the fans are right behind us, mate. Yeah. I share the frustration at times. Especially Saturday, it weren't amazing. It was a little bit toothless second half, but we are in a bloody, real big league, and we are rebuilding what we've got, and that takes a lot of time and ingenuity. And do you know what? 16 games, if we go and get all the wins we need, there's plenty of time to get the wins that we need. Yeah. If you think about it, you're not really competing against anyone else by yourself, because realistically, from 16 games, if you go and get 4 or 5 wins, then the bottom line is you'll be where you want to be. So you're only competing against yourself, and if we can consolidate this year, then whilst we've had a few hairy moments, we're all going to go, job done, well done, and as always, next year we'll kick on. So nothing but positives from me. Let's get the fans in tomorrow night. Been a while since we had a game at Meadowbank. Yeah, football under the lights. You can't beat it. So, look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow night. Mark, we'll obviously catch up later in the week, and then we can talk about Wrexham away this Saturday. But in the meantime, hope tomorrow night goes well, and all the best. Cheers, mate. Cheers.